All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the San Francisco 49ers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run with a former Viking, Jerick McKinnon. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Taylor. Man open left side is Brown. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Three receivers head out right, one to the left on 2nd and 3. Second down, McKinnon. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
We're going to start.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Darnold from the gun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. No. Switch gears.
From the gun on third down, it's Taylor. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic. Let's go, defense. Man up, defense.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
He don't want it. Check 52. Check.
On 2nd down now. McKinnon, and this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line. And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4.
Come on, boy. You better be ready.
Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Hey, 2. 56. Mike's 56. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Here's Darnold. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
It's 3rd down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Switch.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. McKinnon. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check. Move.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down.
49ers first down. 1st and 10.
So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
On first down now, run with McKinnon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Hey, watch the slant. Out.
Here's McKinnon. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Third and short, McKinnon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Ready? 54, right. 54 is Mike. 66, bullet, half, 54. Here we go. Ball trot.
Fourth down. Here's Taylor. Flushed out right. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Facing a fourth down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Meanwhile, a throw by Taylor is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Second and 10 now, it's Taylor. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Niners on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again, it's Taylor. He's going to air one out. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
First down, Atlanta.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want 56.
Back to throw, Darnold. Forced out to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Falcons on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and forever.
56, move. 56. Watch the twist. 56.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. To the left side, incomplete for Amari Cooper. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Now it's Bird on the return. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here, as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Watch the before. Here it comes. Mike,
this time Taylor will throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
At their own 6-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. A final shot before the break. Darnold. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go, let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Now Scarlett. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
They turn to Scarlett again, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Let's go, let's go.
Give him 6 yards in the first down.
It's a gain of 6.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
He's crashing. He's Hey, Haywood. 56. Mike's 56. Quit talking about that.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Out to the right here to Shepard. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike.
This is Scarlett on the carry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 37. Check 37. Shoot. Check nickel. Ready? Here we go. 6 guys. Check it out.
They'll run it with Scarlett. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Exit. Bandit. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Here we go. 56. Check.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Hey, high 7. Check back 33. Check back 33. All right, T, let's go.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Darnold, and the Niners get there and bring him down. Cameron Jordan in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Darnold. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cameron Jordan getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. On 3rd down, McKinnon. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up 1st downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
On 1st down, McKinnon again. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
To throw is Taylor. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Watch the curve.
They'll try to sneak with Taylor. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Let's go now. 54. Takes the outlaw. 54. Hey, tight. Alert 3.
They'll run on first down. McKinnon, fancy footwork at the 45. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jerick McKinnon with touchdown number 7 on the year. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And
I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Mine's 50. Hey, Echo. I'm going to run you over. Line 50.
Darnold now to throw. He'll find Harry on the right side. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. 50's the mark. I'm coming after you.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Got his man, that's Harry. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal, don't necessarily need a touchdown. Darnold now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
3rd and 11, and some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. He finds Beckham, complete. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
Here we go. 18 data. Watch the run. Check. Match box. Right. Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Taylor looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check.
From the gun, Taylor. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bird. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now McKinnon. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games for the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the 2 teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. On 2nd and 1, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held him in check on the scoreboard. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
I'm coming for you. You mind? Hey, box drop, box drop. Let's go, let's go. Hey, check.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Sideline throw, that's caught. Amari Cooper. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down, it's Pollard. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On the handoff, it's Scarlett. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Falcons on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3.
36. X3.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Darnold to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2. Try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. On second down, Taylor's throw incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Switch. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. They're not ready for this, man.
They're going on fourth down. It's Taylor. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right, that reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points. Defense held them. And lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for Atlanta, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, it's a loss that could hurt come playoff seeding time as they fall to 11-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.